Hey, hey!
What's up there, Tubby boy? I can hear the familiar sound of the car. Are we
We
on?
are on the road.
Oh boy.
Listen,
So
this podcast is going to take us to Chick-fil-A because that's where I have to go to get my daughter food.
Jesus Christ, like she can't ever fucking just
Right. Well, I gotta go
make a
to a game.
sandwich.
It's an hour away, and
Oh my God. Just a disclaimer that we will lose you at some point during this podcast because
oh, here we go.
you live in the fucking shit ass end of Atlanta,
Yeah,
and they
this
have
is
some
true.
dead zones that you like to drive through.
It is a fucking dead zone.
Yeah, the whole fucking the whole the,
The whole state's a dead
the
zone.
whole shooting match,
Right. Jesus.
right?
So, what's going on?
I mean everything and nothing. I got nothing for the podcast, but I took a fucking beating today in the real world. So I
Well, you know what? If that's the case, we might as well continue it and give you a beating on the podcast.
no, I mean, why not? Sure, why
Because
not?
you know what? I got notes, pal. I
I
got notes today.
I'm glad someone's been prepared. I woke up to a world of disaster today, so I'm
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
listen. Listen. Um, I'll just follow in the footsteps of the stock market, and we'll just get to the point.
I
How
was
many days are you binging on pizzas and sandwiches and Chinese food? The world needs to know this.
with 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 what happened today. It might be one more day. Although I guess technically they say as long as you haven't sold it yet, you haven't lost any money. But it's coming
This is
close
true.
to having to sell it. I guess since yesterday I've been eating like a slambino, and
Yeah.
eating like a true slambino. And today I had 2 cans of tuna fish with a little mayonnaise and mustard, and that was it. So,
Really?
oh yeah, we're on track today. We can't.
Okay,
We
let's talk about the prior. I feel like you had a birthday dinner that lasted like 2 months.
no, well, it lasted a week. I mean, my birthday was the 27th. That was today's the second, so 7, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, like exactly 7 days, I guess.
Wow. How do you feel? How do you feel today?
Today I feel fine. I mean, I'll give you this much. Even when I was doing this like bad behavior for the
Mhm.
last couple of days, I've only eaten once, even if it was like a meal full of foods I shouldn't eat.
Right.
So I don't think I packed the pounds on. And I after that one day, did we talk about this on the podcast? I don't think we've talked about this on the podcast. We
No,
had
no, go ahead. Go
we
ahead.
had we had the one day where I was gonna start the diet, where I bought all these cans of tuna fish, but on the way through the frozen food aisles, I saw 2 Totino's pizzas and said, "Well, I've already eaten bad today. I may as well, I may as well like at least round the day off and start fresh in the morning." Like,
Right. Hit for the cycle. Why not?
well, if you're gonna apply the logic, look. If you're gonna apply the logic on the other side of it, where it's like, well, technically I haven't slept yet, so it's still the same day, so I might as well still eat badly. Then on the flip side, if it isn't the next day yet, technically because you haven't gone to sleep yet, why start your diet yet? So it's funny how it only works to rationalize eating poorly, not the other way around.
Right.
But so I grabbed those 2 pizzas, and I ate them pretty late at night, and then tried to go to sleep. And I
Oh,
had,
bad move.
well, it was a combo. I did the math. It was that, and I had like a cup of coffee really late, which is like acidic,
Yeah.
and I woke up like at 3 in the morning with the worst heartburn, acid reflux, whatever. And like it came up, and it was like I could taste the Tostino's pizzas in my mouth, and it was like something
Mm.
had come up my esophagus, and
Well,
my lungs
listen,
were gurgling, and I was like, "Oh my
oh,
god!" I was dying.
God.
I thought I thought I was gonna drown in my own puke. But
Man.
so and then I get up and I go in the bathroom for my because I have like Tums or something, and they were sugar free. Not that it mattered at that point. and and I grab the bottle and it's empty. So I go out into the kitchen where my roommate has a big bottle of the regular kind, and apparently we had used that one up too because it wasn't in there. So I'm like,
we or you?
well, I mean they're his. I assume he eats them too.
Jesus.
So yeah, so
Bunch of the house of fat fucks.
well,
Oh.
I mean, I guess yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
so listen, I knew this that we were going to speak about this today, so I polled our audience, and I've actually got questions that came
Oh,
in from
when when did this
our fans,
happen?
our friends.
When did this
Uh,
happen? I'm on a TikToks I didn't watch.
Listen, I've got to ask the questions that people want to know. So, the first question, it's anonymous. It comes from
No,
Canada.
no, no.
It asks.
I was gonna
When
say
was
no.
the last time?
I was gonna say no
What?
anonymous, but I figured out who it is already. Okay.
When was the last time Grumpy Ben ate vegetables? Can you answer that?
Yeah. That's an excellent question. When I had my Mongolian beef yesterday, it had a lot. You've heard me eat this before because it crunches. There was like a lot of
Right.
onions in it.
Yes. And I was like, what the hell is that noise?
It's got onions, and I think it has broccoli in it. I'm not sure, but so
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was a good question from anonymous from Canada. Now we've,
Right.
we've got one more question. It's anonymous from Tallahassee, Florida.
you sons of
The
bitches.
question is, what does Grumpy Ben weigh? Do we
Oh,
even know?
really? Is it? I have no idea. Um, this is a good question that even I'm curious about right now. So if you hold on, I'm gonna take the headphones off, which means I won't be able to hear you, but I will take the microphone in with me and narrate the weigh-in. I guess I don't
Let's
really,
do this.
I don't
Let's
really want to do this, but for the
The
sake,
people want this, baby.
I don't care what the people want. I just know for the sake of ratings in Ghana and Russia, which we got to boost, that I got to work on. All right, I'm taking the headphones off,
Here we go.
and I'm gonna walk in here. Let's see.
You can't hear. This is great. This is
Just the
fantastic.
next
This
room
fat
over here.
motherfucker. I hope
Try to
he's so
scale
fat.
out. Oh, I should turn the light on. Oh, there's the fan.
Can't wait for this.
Oh, wow. All right.
This fat ass.
Let me
This
put the
is
headphones
great.
back on. Oh boy,
All right, what do we got?
nothing good could come of this. Oh, buddy.
What do we got? What do we got, baby?
It's worse than I thought. Now, granted, I haven't taken a proper number 2 in a few days, so I'm
All right.
just going to assume I've got a bit of a
Disclaimer.
food baby in here, at least in the second trimester. We are at a comfortable 228.
Woo!
I put on 8 pounds this week.
Oh my God!
Now I assume I'm holding some water. I'll have to do a weigh-in 2 days from now once I've been on the diet for a couple days and gotten the carbs out of my system. But that's
Wow.
and that's with me not eating 3 times a day either.
Gee, thank God. You may have hit me. I weighed 242 this morning, so I'm coming. We're gonna cross paths again. It's
No, we're
coming,
not.
baby.
No, we're not. I'm headed back down to my 220 weight.
Wow, live weigh-in. We had it right here. What
man.
a fat fuck.
Look who's talking. You're still
What
heavier
a
than
fuck.
me. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm a bigger guy.
Yeah, you're right. Dick in the dick, huh? All right.
I
well-
carry 10 pounds of the pants. So.
Yeah. So what's that? What else in your notes here now? Or wait,
So-
wait. Are we done? Are we done kicking
I'm
me
done.
while I'm down?
done. Right.
All
Yeah,
right.
you've had enough today.
All
Right.
right.
You live weighed yourself. I mean,
Yeah,
this is
I'm-
pretty
Dude,
big deal.
I'm bleeding from the ears here. What do we got next?
So, we talked last time. We're big in Ghana. We're big in Russia. I think we're big in Belgium. But we've got breaking news. There's actually breaking news.
I mean, this is like the stock market. We're up and down every week at these places. Too.
We are. We're up and down the board here. But
Yeah.
we've got breaking news today.
Oh, today or is this from?
Well, it's from the other day.
Okay.
So we have now. So we're big in Ghana, Russia, right?
mhm.
Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
We've now hit the market, the Dominican Republic.
Where are we? Where were we on that list?
So today we are actually ranked 51 in the Dominican.
Wow.
We're down 6 spots today. So well, but we haven't had a podcast. Maybe we'll go back up now that we've got today. To once this comes out tomorrow, right?
Right. We don't have a podcast except the one that came out yesterday. Okay, I get it. If it doesn't involve you, it doesn't count. I get it.
I forgot we had a podcast.
You selfish,
yesterday.
self-centered son of a bitch.
Now, but here's the better news.
Oh boy.
At one point in the Dominican, our highest ranking was 16th.
See,
16th.
I want to know how we got there so that we can stay there, because the Dominican Republic is a lot closer for us to visit than Ghana or Russia or Belgium, for that matter.
January 28th, we were ranked 16th in the Dominican.
Wow. January 28th.
Yeah.
Day after my birthday. They must have been celebrating.
They were celebrating in the streets of the Dominican.
Well, wait a minute. That's a really fluctuating. The rankings are daily like that?
No, it just shows like
because the 28th that you told me about it yesterday, and now we're like the 40. I mean, and it's like
yes, it is daily.
It's a few days.
Yeah, we're tanking since then.
Maybe
shit.
Maybe the one on Monday was a bad one.
Yeah, since the 28th, we really took a shit in the Dominican.
Marco's a ratings killer here.
Can we blame him? Are we allowed?
I'll blame him every day, all day. It's always his fault.
Yeah.
Here's the way it goes. The man that's not there to defend himself is always the one to blame.
This is true. So, like in Ghana, we reached 101 in Ghana at one point. In Russia, we reached 90 in Russia at one point. That was we were January 17th. We were 90th in Russia.
These are our all-time highs in these places? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
Right. 101 in Ghana, and then Belgium, we were 161 at one point.
Man.
So, I mean, here the best thing is fucking Peppa Pig is nowhere to be found in this top ranking in the Dominican. The Dominicans hate the pig like we do.
They eat the pig. They buried him in the ground and cooked him.
Right. Fuck that pig.
Yeah.
They put him on one of those like rolling things where they roll, and they cook him.
A spit.
He spins.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know we're big in the Dominican now. We are growing by the day in states that we're popular in. This is a big deal.
We are DR certified.
We are. I mean, like I'm just excited to see what happens next week after today.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, get all your friends to download the podcast. Now, speaking of podcasts, when I tell you I have notes today, I got notes, pal. So I was asked yesterday, afternoon, morning-ish, to join another podcast. It was a podcast about wrestling. I got to pull up the name because I don't know. I'm a horrible person. I was asked to join a podcast, and it is called, I don't really know, but let's see if I can. There it is. I joined the PWZ podcast. PWZ podcast. I don't know what PWZ stands for.
I bet I can tell you what two of those letters stand for.
Pro wrestling.
And I bet Z is zone. It's the only word that would make sense.
Okay. Well,
I have no idea. I have no idea. This is your thing,
so,
but I think
right.
That's the safest guess I could make. Or
so
Zoom.
I got on and it was a Skype, so you could see me, and
Jesus.
it's literally the first 30 seconds of this podcast was them saying, "We're just glad that you Skype because Blake Chadwick said we couldn't do video," and I said, "Well, it's because he probably would charge you if he did video because he's a bastard." That's what I said, something along those lines. I took a shot at Blake, and
yeah,
we talked about
Blake's got these a la carte rates. He doesn't just have a flat rate. It's like hey, if you want to add broccoli, it's another $3 kind of deal.
Right. Yeah, the fries don't come with the burger.
No.
Right. So we talked about wrestling. We talked about my wrestling career, some cool stories in wrestling. We talked about the Breakfast Club. We talked about the Breakfast Club podcast. The guy actually said, Andy, he's a good guy. Andy Nichols said, yeah, you're big in Ghana now. So
I got a friend request from him today. That makes all the sense now.
Well, yeah, because he said, well, who do you do the podcast with? And I said, Grumpy Ben. And he said, Ben Temples. I'm like, this fucking guy's a household name now? I was like, you never even met him. And
Well,
he's like, hi, no, Ben Temples. I listen to the podcast. Yeah.
oh,
Fucking household name now.
yeah, it's starting to go that way. It depends which households. I mean, not here,
Right, yeah,
but you know.
true. No, all right, can't even get a Tums over there. Uh, so no, we it was a good podcast, but I was able to talk about our podcast and our merchandise on their podcast. So their podcast comes out tomorrow as well.
Oh,
PWZ podcast. It's on Facebook. You can watch my pretty face. I laughed a lot. I took a shot at Blake. I shit on Howard Brody a little bit, but whatever.
the usual.
You know, the usual shit. You know,
The natural
right.
things that happen when a conversation goes more than 10 minutes with anyone.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So it was fun. It was a fun podcast, and I got to talk wrestling, which I love, and
Yeah.
I shit on the current product and said, the reason they bring old guys back to wrestling is because the young guys suck. I actually took 2 shots at Ricochet without even meaning to. Like, I don't even know the guy. But for some reason, both times I shit on WWE, I brought up Ricochet and shit on him in the process. I don't even know why.
You just used him as your generic example, huh?
Right. So, I mean, I don't know how that happened, but it did. But it was cool. It was a cool podcast, and got to talk about our stuff. So
Yeah.
that's what I liked about it. It was pretty cool. So
what?
yeah.
What you're
And
saying
you're a household
is,
name now.
what you're saying, what you're saying is that after tomorrow, when they run their podcast, we're going to get a huge bump, and
I wouldn't go that far. They probably get 12 listeners, but they're not big in Ghana,
I
Russia,
was-
Belgium, and the
dude.
Dominican.
I was feeding you on that one.
Right.
That was the way up.
Set that one up.
Yeah, I softballed you that pitch. So yeah, no, I mean I don't know the guys. You know the guys, so.
No, let me tell you, I enjoy, like, I've done some crappy podcasts, and we know the one I did with Dwayne Headley was me and Blake, one of the worst in history.
Was that the laughing one? Was that the laughing one?
Right. And I got a story about that, by the way,
Okay.
that it's in my notes. But I enjoyed last night's. I did enjoy. We were on for an hour. I enjoyed it.
Uh-huh.
So now I was thinking about the shitty podcast we did years ago that you posted some of the videos on TikTok where I couldn't stop laughing with Blake, and I found a message from Dwayne Headley,
Uh-huh.
the invite to the call, and I go, oh my god! So I went on the website because the link was there, and I thought, oh my god, the website's here, but the website's down. I was so stoked that I found this message, and the website's gone.
Did you
So
kill?
I
Did you
guess
kill their podcast?
He fucking killed it. I didn't do anything. That was the worst podcast in history.
Oh,
But yeah, so I wanted to tell you that. I couldn't wait to tell you that I found the email, and the email was even ridiculous. Like, yeah, but yeah, man. So I'm pretty stoked about that. It was good. It was fun. Now I'm getting invited on other podcasts. I like this.
oh,
I like this.
you're-
Stardom.
It's a whole momentum thing going here. You just you're
Right.
you're getting a little speed downhill here. There's no brakes at the bottom either, buddy.
There's no. I'm gonna flip over. Scorpion myself.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like me
so-
playing. It's like me playing softball and breaking 2 ribs.
You're-
God,
it's bound to happen.
I swear, I don't mean to bring it up, but as
Right.
soon as I said it, and remember this, I'm inside my own body, but I can visualize what I did. Every time I think about it, I laugh, visualizing myself doing it. It was that terrible of like a tumble flop, collision with me in the ground. It was fantastic.
I mean, it's pretty fucking funny.
It is.
Yeah. So, yeah, and and not to go back to weight because I know it's a sensitive topic today, but
Well, I mean, it's not sensitive. I don't sweat it none. I've been here before, pal. This is not
true. Hey, listen, we've both been there before, and if there's any 2 guys who know how to yo-yo, it's me and you.
This this ain't parts unknown for either of us. All right.
Nope. But I feel good. Like, and I've been sticking to the diet. But let me tell you, I ate so much yesterday, but I stayed keto. But I could not. I must have ate 10 times. I just couldn't stop eating.
Well,
I couldn't.
yeah, that's not good either. I'm
know.
see my problem is honestly is that in the last like 3 weeks I haven't had to go anywhere or do anything,
True.
so I have not worn anything but elastic waistband shorts. So I have like there's no way you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
like the true judge. You know where you are
Right.
more
When
than
you got to
look
put the jeans on.
than
Yeah.
putting a than stepping on a scale is how do like clothes that you wear in civilization fit like I don't know that I'm probably getting to that stage if I don't watch it and reverse course today that like say someone died tomorrow I wouldn't have anything to wear to the funeral that fit, you know what I mean?
You show up in sweatpants and
Oh, I'd be like yeah, it'd
why,
be a,
why is Ben dressed like Mick Foley?
but now we know why McFoley dressed like
Dresses like
McFoley.
that, right? Shows up to the Hall of Fame in sweatpants.
He's like he made it a gimmick so that like people go,
Right.
oh well, that's Mick's gimmick. That's what he wears. It's
Right.
like no, he chose to wear sweatpants and a t-shirt with a flannel shirt over it because he's a disgusting fat body. Nothing
He can't fit
fits.
in anything else.
Nothing fits, and this will fluctuate with him. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're getting to
Wow.
that. We're getting to that point.
Well, that's actually all I had in my notes.
Oh.
That was this was fulfilling today because we got to hear you weigh yourself in. It was very fulfilling to me.
I mean, we don't have to go long all the time. I'm just saying, I didn't.
That's what she said. She's probably never said that. She's probably like, "Can we go longer?"
No, she says that, but then she says, "But we don't have to go short all the time."
All the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you this though. I don't think I talked about this last podcast, but a couple people at work was going down the stairs in one of the stores, and it's like a stairwell, and because I don't, these days I don't take the elevator because I'm in shape, and I opened the door to the stairs, and the guy behind me, like that works there, was like, "Hey man," and I turned around and he made a reference from the podcast, but like kind of said it and then laughed, and I was like, "What'd you just say?" He's like I didn't know he listened, and he's like, "Oh, I listened to the podcast." I was like, "Oh." And I was like, "You listen to the podcast?" He's like, yeah. So I put it on sometimes and listen. And I was like, "Oh." It was almost like he wanted to tell me, but like he was trying, like it was weird because he was like, "Hey man," and he was like, I don't even remember what he said, and I was like, "What'd you just say?" Like it's only something you would know if you listened to this podcast. And he was like, "What?" And like he was almost like embarrassed that he would like. And he's like, "Well, a couple of us listened," and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." So
You
we're growing every day.
yeah, you have a I don't know if it's a situation with work, but not only do like all kinds of random people, including like higher ups in the chain,
Right.
like not like in the chain locally, but like out like higher up in the chain where these people don't even bump into you on a day-to-day basis, are like familiar with your TikToks and your
Yeah.
your
Did I tell the
podcast.
story on here about
Nope.
about?
No, that's see.
I didn't tell the story. Huh?
Yeah, I was trying to get you there. I see.
I don't
See,
remember
we're-
what I did
we're
today, yesterday, the day
I'm
before.
just like this is very clumsy now because now it's. I was trying to smooth transition us there, and you just fucking.
Well,
man, you just fucking
listen,
caught
like
your toe on
I-
the fucking carpet there.
I told the guys last night when I did this podcast, there was a part where they called me and I was walking the dog at first, and I go, "Hey, I'm like walking the dog," and he's like, "Oh, we're recording, we'll cut it out." I go, No. Why would you cut anything out?" And the guy's like, "What do you mean?" I go, "Nobody wants to see the plastic like reading off a piece of paper." I go, "You gotta keep it in." And he's like, "Well," he goes, "Sometimes my dad walks by because it's on video." And he goes, "And I cut it out." I go,
No.
"Why would you cut that out? Your dad needs to be on. This is like you don't cut that shit out. Like we." He's like, "You don't do that on your podcast?" I said, No, man.
That's
like
those
we
are the
fuck up
best
a lot.
parts. Those are the best
There.
parts.
All right, I said that. Those are the best part.
The-
That's what people won't forget.
The chaos, the
You know?
reality. It's like I sent you the thing and told you exactly where to look. That AEW one where Shivani's talking to someone from his room, and like I don't know if that was his
Yes,
mom or his wife, because it
it
was
was his
like
wife. It was his
it's
wife.
because that's a mess. But on another side, she walks in, walks up to him. It's like
Right,
standing there looking at him for like a whole minute while
right. It was amazing.
he's like laser focused, still doing it, no cells the whole time. Then she turns around and walks right out of the room, and I'm like, oh, that was the weirdest. And was he was like talking to Sting or someone too? It was like a
Yes, it
big
was
deal,
Sting.
and you would
Yes,
think all right, let's edit that out and do and just cut that whole like 90
right.
seconds out.
No,
And it
you
was long.
can't.
It was a prolonged thing, and it was but that's the thing. It was so fantastic in its like random, like, oh my god, this is almost
Right,
like watching a bus wreck for a second here, that I sent it to you and you saw it. So you're thinking, well, that's the reason you leave it in, you know?
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, but back to work. So, uh, I really didn't tell the story about the vice president.
No, because we haven't talked to you since uh Thursday for Friday's podcast. This happened like
This happened Thursday. I thought I
yeah,
talked
no, I
about
don't
it.
think so.
I don't even know what our podcast. I don't even know.
Bro, I can't
I feel
remember.
like I talked about it.
I can't
Anyway,
remember what I did this morning.
there's a story to go with it. Anyway, so that happened today. So anyway, I'm getting on the elevator. The vice president's getting off at the same time, and the door opens, and he looks at me, gives me pound. And he's vice president, executive vice president of the company, gives me pound and says, "Hey, Anthony, I look forward to your LinkedIn posts every morning. Like I look forward to them every morning." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." But my boss was like, we got in the elevator. My boss was like, "What the fuck did he just say?" Like he knew my name, number one, and he knew that I post on LinkedIn every morning, and it's always the same quote I post on my morning TikToks. But he he recognized that. Now he doesn't like them, so he's looking at them, not liking them, but then acknowledging to me. So yesterday I'm on my conference call. There's 13 people on, all my position and my boss, and it's in the notes yesterday. In the first fucking header of the notes says Anthony's recognition from Don for his LinkedIn post. Like it's in the notes as if like the whole world's about to know.
So why is it? But so why did he made it a bullet point to talk about? But was he doing it to like bust your balls or to like
No.
call you out? Like, hey, this is what you got to do, and you'll get noticed by the boss man kind of
Well,
deal.
so here's what happened. So he gets. I mean, it's literally it's the third bullet point of the note, and he goes, "Anthony, why don't you tell everybody about it?" So I tell the story of what happened, right? And I said, I was pretty shocked. I was shocked. Like I was like, holy shit! Like that was a really cool feeling. And my boss was like, yeah, I was shocked too. Whatever. He's like, he was like, you know. So I explained the story about quote blah blah blah. My boss follows it up with,
See, if we had talked about it Thursday, you could have just told everyone to go listen to the podcast.
right, yeah, I could have, right, but so he follows it up with my boss on the call. Follows it up with, yeah, it was really cool. Like he kind of like goes over what happened to because he was there, and he goes, yeah, and then the next thing Don said was, and I got a great French toast recipe off your YouTube. That's what my boss says on the call, and I'm like, I like laughed, but it was more of like a nervous laugh, and like, how the hell does he know about my French toast on YouTube? Like it was, I was like, like, and we're on video. So everybody's laughing. Now everybody's like, French toast on YouTube. I'm sure everybody went to YouTube today to find my French toast. But yeah, it was really weird. He's like, oh, I'm just kidding. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, social media is fucking powerful. But today, it gets better. Well, then, actually, hold on. So he says that. At the end of the call, he goes around and asks everybody, you have anything? He gets to me and he goes, you have anything? And I said, no, I'm good for today. He goes, what's today's quote? So I had to go to my LinkedIn page to go find it. So I say it, and they're like, oh, everybody's like, that's a good one. Today, I post my LinkedIn quote as usual. I get 1 to 2 likes on my LinkedIn post. That's it. 1 or 2 likes. So he's a guy named Tony that I know and one lady that I don't even know. Always them two. I had 10 likes today. 10 and a comment, right? So now I'm like, now my brain, because I feel pressure now. Now I'm like, oh Jesus, like what is going on here? Do you know that today I got 10 likes and a comment, and the comment says, "I look forward to these daily. No pressure." My post has been viewed 334 times. I never get that much action on LinkedIn. So now I'm like, wait a second, did the word spread? Like, what the fuck? I also got 5 new followers today on LinkedIn, and some work for my company, and they're like like HR people, and I'm like, there's something going on here. I don't know what it is, but
it's
I like the word is spreading. Now let's just hope they don't all find the TikToks.
it's funny, right? It's funny when although with you talking about here, they're now more.
All right, now I'm gonna. Right.
Yeah. During that whole story, I'm just thinking the whole time. I'm thinking I've never been on LinkedIn ever in my life. And then
Right.
I immediately followed that up as soon as I thought it in my head with, and it shows.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many unemployed people are on LinkedIn, but
I mean, wouldn't you think that they would be? Isn't it
I,
kind of
I
like
don't know.
a work networking
It
thing?
is.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
is. But it's networking. I mean, there's a lot of job offers on there.
Yeah.
Maybe you should get on there.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
After today, I probably do.
You may need to. Yeah. So, but yeah, power of social media. Now, I mean, my TikToks, I'm getting no views. I'm completely like tanking this week. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I have to show my camel toe or
Hmm.
show a tent, but
I've
my
s-
views are the worst.
I've seen my share of camel toe the last the over this
Yeah.
weekend. That
Maybe I
fucking
should start spitting on the camera. Maybe that'll work.
oh,
Yeah.
don't start discussions you don't want to get into.
I don't. I will tell you this. I know she's your favorite, Lady
No,
Pickle,
no, no,
but
no, 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 no. She is in my top five. I
okay.
okay. We're gonna get into it because we're gonna get into it. We don't have to talk about that one. But she is in my top five. She will never be higher ranked than people like like Lily Hayes or that
Yeah.
what's the new one with the Indian girl and her off screen.
Oh,
I don't know if
hilarious. I don't
I don't
know
know
her
if
name,
it's
but she's funny.
I don't know if it's her husband or father, but
It's her husband.
he just heckles the shit out of her, and he's so
Yeah.
quick witted and funny, and he's
He's
got
Indian.
and
Yeah.
he's got like
Indian accent.
he speaks really good English, like he's
Right.
like he knows all the words, but he has a thick Indian accent, and uses like some of the British kind of slang and stuff with it, and he's just hilarious. And I'm trying to think who else I really really like, but she's up in the top five of people that when they come up, I stop what I'm doing, I watch, I
What I
like.
wanted to say is
Yeah, yeah.
that there's times where she spits at the camera. I honestly get nauseous, and I was like, I got to turn this off. Like, I want to throw up. Like, I want to vomit. Right.
Well,
So,
I mean, whatever. I mean, I.
yeah.
It's just a vibe. She's just a trashy hot girl, and
It
part
is.
of that is the spitting thing. So whatever. I don't care. I just think it's. I just like to send them to you because I know that I get a reaction out of you when I do it.
No, so gross. But well, I'm here in Chick-fil-A ordering for my daughter.
By
So
the
I
way,
think
that
this
girl's in
podcast is over.
that girl's in Atlanta, so you should go. You should go.
I don't want to
Say
get
hi.
spit on. I'm actually am nauseous thinking about her spitting on me.
Well,
Because
that's
sometimes
good.
she gets like really good loogies, and it's like, ugh. Oh,
Oh, oh, it's so funny that
yeah.
you're
You,
pretending.
God,
I listen. I'm just gonna call you out. It's so funny that you're pretending you don't like it just for the podcast,
no,
so
but
that
I'm
you.
no, but I'm not telling you that. What I'm saying is sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, but then sometimes she gets some good spits that I'm like nauseous from. Like, if look, I'm just gonna say it. If she ever spit on me like that, I probably would get sick. Now, look, I'm talking about this. The Chick-fil-A girl. Jesus is coming for me. I gotta go. I just said that she's looking at me. I'm sorry, sweetie. I didn't mean to say that.
They don't have to
I'm not
pass.
gonna get. I'm not getting. It's my pleasure today, and God bless you. You just ruined it for me.
It's not their. They don't have to pass a Christianity test to fucking work there. They just get
I
Sundays
don't
off.
know. All right, my headphones dying. We're done.
Oh my God, you're full of excuses. All right.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right.
Goodbye.
You've put in your half hour. Goodbye.
Goodbye.